The Prime Minister is openly calling for suggestions on how to get his hate speech laws across the line. Talks with the coalition have all but collapsed, with Sussan Ley yet to put forward any changes. It's bringing our political correspondent Cameron Redden in Canberra. Cam, good afternoon. So how do you think this will play out ahead of the return to Parliament?
Well, Sussan Ley's due to front the media again in the next half an hour or so, Janie. So we'll see if there's been any further development on the coalition's position. But the language that's been used the last day or two points to all signals that the coalition will not be supporting this bill. The word that Sussan Ley's using about it is unsalvageable, and coalition sources have told me that that's a pretty difficult word to walk back from, even if they thought there might be a way to amend this bill that they could support. So we'll see if there's been any movement on that front. There's currently right now a phone hookup of Liberal and National MPs, but they're all being encouraged to put their thoughts and views about the bill on the table ahead of a party room meeting on Monday where the formal position will be agreed to. But the government is trying to get this over the line. It doesn't want to call Parliament back for no reason. There'll, of course, be condolence motions on Monday before they hope to debate on and vote on this bill come Tuesday. The Prime Minister saying that he wants to hear the suggestions of all sides, that he wants to bring the Parliament together on this, but so far that's not been able to be possible.
We will consider what comes out of the Parliamentary Committee, as we should. But I have said that it is looking pretty unsalvageable. And the government did have the opportunity to get this right.
What's the definition of an offence that someone could go to jail for 5 years? What's the definition of hate speech? You know, all these things that we've been rushed to try and come to an answer of. You can't pass bad legislation because the Prime Minister wants you to.
The coalition are yet to put forward a single proposed change. Some of your members are saying it goes too far. Some are saying it doesn't go far enough. Tell us what you are in favour of, and then you can have the basis of a discussion. This is like trying to grab smoke, trying to get an arrangement with the coalition. How do you do it?
The Prime Minister talks about grabbing smoke while the hopes of bipartisanship on this front really go up in smoke. And at the meantime, we've seen today what seems to be a coordinated effort from senior ministers to turn the heat onto Sussan Ley personally. We've had outspoken members of the Liberal and National backbench in recent days front-run the formal decision by saying that they will not back this bill no matter what the party decides to do. The likes of Andrew Hastie, a leadership rival of Sussan Ley, Matt Canavan, Alex Antic and others, all saying that no matter what the parties decide to do, they will not be supporting that bill. And today, senior ministers have lined up to target Sussan Ley directly, saying it's not the bill that's unsalvageable, it's her time as leader.
But I would say this about Sussan Ley. She says the legislation is unsalvageable. I think what is becoming increasingly clear is that it is Ms Ley's leadership which is unsalvageable.
This moment calls for more bipartisanship, and instead all they're offering is more conflict. And the coalition position on this legislation would be a recipe for more hate speech, more anti-Semitism, more guns and less social cohesion.
The political reality, Janie, is there's no easy passage for this legislation through the Parliament. Labor will need to get either the coalition or the Greens on board to get it through. The Greens are saying they want to broaden hate speech protections for members of the LGBT plus community. So that is one potential avenue of a breakthrough, but no deal as of yet, Janie. Those discussions will likely continue throughout the weekend.
All right, we're talking to Green Senator David Shoebridge after the break, so we'll find out more from him. Cam, thank you very much.